If Charlie keeps missing, never shows up again, it is naturally best for her. But she didn't expect that this kid had been missing for so many years, and suddenly jumped out to divide the assets of the Wade family. What made her even more unacceptable was that the old master gave him Emgrand Group and 10 billion cash, which was not enough, and he wanted him to return to the Wade family. She looked at Charlie, who was dressed in ordinary clothes, had an easygoing temperament, and had some ignorance of etiquette, and she said in her heart, "What qualifications does such a person have to return to the Wade family?" Any direct member of the Wade family has received aristocratic education since childhood. Then he went abroad to receive advanced studies. Compared with Charlie, who only spent a year as a senior in Orus Hill, it is almost a heaven and earth difference. Letting such a semi-illiterate return to Wade family will definitely lose Wade family's face. However, although Cynthia didn't like Charlie very much in her heart, she did not dare to refuse the father's explanation. After all, after she and her husband were completely separated, her wishful thinking was to return to the Wade family, so that in the future, she would get a share of the family's assets. But after all, she was a married woman, and she wanted to return to her natal family to separate the family property. She herself was very repelled by the Andrew and Changyun brothers. In this case, if Cynthia still wants to get some of her assets, she must have her father's strong support. Therefore, she has always been the only one in the Wade family. She usually has eyes above the top, no one is in the eye, and everyone does not dare to contradict her, but she did not dare to disobey the old master. Moreover, whenever the old master confessed to her, she always went all out to make the old master happy. Therefore, she also warned herself in her heart, "This time, I have to do the things my father arranged for me beautifully." Let's not say that I can persuade Charlie to return to the Wade family, at least let him agree. For the Lunar New Year, he has to go back to Wade's house to spend time with the old master. Thinking of this, she suppressed her dissatisfaction with Charlie, and said with a smile, "Charlie, you have really suffered in Orus Hill these years. My family hasn't seen you for so many years, and all of them miss you very much. When do you want to come home and have a look? Come home and have a look." Charlie couldn't help but smile when he heard these words. Cynthia saw that he had a fake smile on his face, so she said, "Charlie, people say that you are leaving home to be the boss. Now that you are no longer young, you should come back and have a look after you have been away for so many years." Charlie nodded, agreeing, "You are right. After leaving for so long, I should take time to go back and have a look." As he said, he smiled and said, "Well, I'll arrange a time later, and I will check it out if I have time." Charlie seemed to have agreed to Cynthia's proposal, but in fact it was nothing more than a drag formula. After a while, to arrange another time, is basically tantamount to nowhere. Anyway, his only idea is to deal with today. Of course, Cynthia also knew Charlie's plan, and immediately said, "Charlie, don't have any resistance to your family. My family has always cared about you very much. Don't forget, your grandfather heard that you were in Orus Hill. He immediately asked Stephen to buy you the Emgrand Group and transfer 10 billion in cash. It is reasonable. You should also come back and meet the old master, what do you think?" Charlie asked back, "Auntie, is it true that I just have to go back and have a look, and this matter is settled?" Cynthia's dissatisfaction has grown stronger. In her opinion, Charlie was indeed a little ignorant of good and bad. Wade family asked her to come all the way to ask him to go back. This is already a shame for her. If he knows a little bit, he should immediately agree to it, and then go directly with her plane back to celebrate the new year. Unexpectedly, he actually played hide and seek with her here, and he even said nothing. So, she said to Charlie with a slightly displeased expression, "Charlie, your grandfather invested 110 billion in you. This amount of money is nothing to the Wade family, but it is purely from quantitatively speaking, it is definitely a huge sum of money. Is it possible to invest so much in you so that you can only go back and take a look?" Charlie looked at Cynthia and asked seriously, "Auntie, what exactly does the Wade family want from me? You don't have to hide it here. Let's open the skylight to speak up." Cynthia hesitated for a moment, then nodded and said, "Well, since you said that, then I won't go around with you." As she said, Cynthia sat up straight and said with a serious expression, Your grandfather meant to let you come back to Wade's house to spend a reunion year together. Charlie raised his eyes and asked with interest, did it break? What happened? Cynthia said, you have nothing more than an emigrant group in Orus Hill, and a family of your current wife.